I'd like to now pass you over to Andrew Wright, who's going to chair the first session. Thank you, Mr. European.
Right, the first session is entitled Maritime Tradition and Culture of Cyprus. Our first speaker needs no introduction. She is not here. Unfortunately, Anna Marangou is unable to be here, but she has presented a paper, which I will read. Anna studied classical and medieval archaeology and the history of art, educational archaeology, and has a master's degree in history. And she has written numerous books on Cyprus. She was a mayoral candidate for the election to Nicosia. She's also lively, intelligent, and rather elegant, so you're going to have to use your imagination while I read this paper. And I'm taking no questions. Her paper is entitled Cyprus in Maritime History, Yesterday and Today. Cyprus's role in maritime history is not only important, it is essential in the making and understanding of Mediterranean history, hence European history. As Fernand Braudel wrote in his book on the Mediterranean, quote, "The fate of islands is to live an uncertain, limited, tumultuous life. That is their inner life, if you like. But their external life, their role on the stage of history, has a broadness that no one would expect from worlds that are at heart so desolate. Or, perhaps more correctly, history makes use of islands," unquote. That's from Braudel, La Méditerranée et le monde méditerranéen à l'époque de Phileleftheros. Cyprus has and will always be a stepping stone in trade and services because of its unique geographical location and its geopolitical importance. Lord Beaconsfield convinced Queen Victoria to acquire the island by saying that, quote, "The island is the key to Western Asia," unquote. That's from George Hill, The History of Cyprus, Volume 4. Today's and tomorrow's political and environmental issues and conflicts, whether in Russia, Turkey, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, or Egypt, are closely interconnected with the future of this land and its sea. It was, and will always be, the necessary link that paved the trade routes, recorded the cities and ports, and built the economy and the political and diplomatic history of the European region from its medieval origins right down to the modern times. Its vital maritime role and its powerful service sector marked its contemporary history as the economy of the island picked up after the consequences of the Turkish invasion of 1974. Cyprus serviced world and Mediterranean trade. In the transportation sector, 90% of world trade is carried by sea. Cyprus has a 1,000-year-old connection with the sea and shipping, and is today the third largest shipping power in the EU. The maritime world is highly demanding today, and the ports and harbours that service trade and interrelations in the island were the cornerstones of Cypriot economy. Depriving the island of this valuable servicing sector, banks, ports, offshore companies, that has characterised the island since the dawn of time, is undermining and underestimating the role of geopolitics in 21st century history. Today, in the aftermath of the Eurogroup decision of March the 25th, the role of Cyprus as the servicing island of the Eastern Mediterranean has been severely dampened. Its major importance in the upcoming developments concerning natural gas and petrol alarmed Northern European bodies, and the consequences of the decisions of the Eurogroup will unfortunately bring a standstill to the development of trade and hinder and hold back the importance of the island in the coming years. History, though, as Braudel states, makes use, exploits the islands, and our rich and turbulent past is a living proof of the continuing and uninterrupted importance of Cyprus in trade and development. Copper trade made Cyprus known throughout the Mediterranean Sea in antiquity. Ships carried our precious metal all the way from Encomi to Rio Tinto in Spain. Throughout Roman times, ships stopped to load and unload goods in safe anchorages and ports. Others had to seek refuge in the harbour because of bad weather. Some stopped for provisions and victuals, others for necessary fuel, and some simply waited for the adequate winds to blow. There were many reasons for stopping in Cyprus. Kings and crusaders stopped on their way to the Holy Land. Cyprus's destiny changed as the rich Latin merchants found refuge from Saladin in the towns of Famagusta and Nicosia. The port of Larnaca, Scala, came into being and served the Oriental and the Occidental trade throughout the Ottoman period of the island. As the Suez Canal took all the glory and Famagusta was left to oblivion, the port of Limassol engaged actively in trade with Europe and the Near East. This rich history is testified in the Periploid of ancient times, in the Mappa Mundi, the Portolands and the Isolaria of the Middle Ages, and in the richly adorned maps and navigational charts of the eastern Mediterranean Sea. Each and every one of them refer to our portal cities, our anchorages and harbours. Each illustrate and guide the navigators through the calm and rough seas. All envisage the island as the bridge of the Occident to the Orient. That is our destiny.